All right, so we're going deep on Ilia Topuria today. And, he's this undefeated UFC fighter.
Yeah.
And what really stands out is his confidence.
Yeah, his confidence is something else.
It's almost like superhuman,
Yeah.
you know? And it got me thinking when you sent over that article about his mindset. Like, could this be more than just, training and technique?
Oh, absolutely.
If you like tapping into something bigger?
Yeah.
Like maybe these manifestation principles from the law of one to kind of shape his reality in the octagon.
That's a fascinating angle, and we are talking about a fighter with a 15-0 record
Yeah, it's insane.
who talks about his wins like it's a foregone conclusion.
Exactly. And there's this quote from the article that really stood out to me.
Okay.
It says, most of the world would disagree, but Topuria has always been a believer. So when he talked about what he's going to do to an upcoming opponent, it's not meant in a malicious way. He's just speaking what he believes is the truth.
Right.
It's like he's not just predicting the future, he's like declaring it.
It's really interesting, and it does align with a lot of the core principles of the law of one.
Yeah.
Now, I know you're familiar with this, but for those just tuning in,
Yeah.
the law of one essentially says that all things are interconnected. All beings are one.
Right.
And it places a huge emphasis on the power of thought to shape reality.
So could Topuria's unwavering belief in himself, these verbal declarations of victory, could that actually be a form of manifestation in action?
It's certainly possible.
Wow.
The law of one talks about how thought energy, especially when it's focused and amplified, can influence the material world.
So is he consciously using these principles, or is it more like intuitive? Like he's tapped into this power without realizing it?
That's a great question, and that's where this idea of energy centers or chakras comes in.
Okay.
The law of one suggests that these energy points within our bodies can influence our ability to manifest.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need a little more on this.
Sure.
How do chakras connect to a fighter like Topuria?
Well, think about it. Topuria is known for his relentless pressure, his ability to break his opponents mentally and physically.
Right.
That takes incredible willpower and focus, right?
Yeah.
The law of one might suggest that a highly developed solar plexus chakra, which is associated with willpower and self-confidence, could be playing a role in his fighting style.
That's a really interesting connection.
Yeah.
So it's not just about physical strength and technique, but maybe this alignment of his energy centers is giving him an edge in the octagon.
Exactly. And the way he talks, the certainty in his voice,
Yeah.
that could be a manifestation of this powerful energy flowing through him.
It's like he's already won the fight in his mind before he even steps into the cage.
And that unwavering belief, according to the law of one, is a crucial part of the manifestation process.
Oh, wow.
You have to see it, feel it, believe it as if it's already happened.
All right, that makes sense. But there's another aspect of the law of one that seems, well, a little tricky to reconcile with the world of UFC fighting.
Okay.
It's this whole concept of service to others.
Right.
How does that fit in with a sport that's literally about combat?
Yes. That's a question that often arises.
Yeah.
It might seem paradoxical on the surface, but let's dig a little deeper.
Okay, I'm all ears because on the one hand, you've got this incredibly intense, physically demanding sport where the goal is to defeat your opponent.
Right.
But the law of one is all about love and light, right?
Right.
So how can those two things coexist?
The law of one doesn't advocate for passivity or weakness.
Okay.
It's about using your skills to uplift others and contribute to the greater good.
So how could a UFC fighter, even someone as dominant as Topuria, embody that principle?
Perhaps it's not just about what happens inside the octagon.
Okay.
Think about Topuria's potential influence beyond the fights.
Okay.
Maybe his dedication, his unwavering belief in himself inspires others to pursue their own dreams.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Could his service be about using his platform to spread positive values, maybe even mentoring young fighters?
Precisely, the law of one reminds us that service can take many forms.
Right?
It's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about the subtle ways we inspire and uplift those around us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing these potential connections between Topuria's mindset and this idea of service to others. But there's another piece of the law of one puzzle that we haven't even touched on yet,
Oh.
and it might just blow your mind.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. It's the Wanderers.
You got it.
Tell me everything. What exactly are these Wanderers, and how do they fit into all of this?
Okay, so imagine the souls originating from higher densities they choose to incarnate on Earth to help our planet evolve.
Wait, are you saying that Topuria could be one of these Wanderers? Like he's here on a mission?
It's possible the law of one suggests that wanderers often possess unique abilities and like a really deep-seated drive to serve humanity.
Wow.
And as the text says, each of those present are wanderers pursuing a mission, if you will.
This is getting really interesting. So, if we entertain the possibility that Topuria is a wanderer, what could his purpose be within the context of the UFC?
Hmm. Well, let's think about the impact he's already having.
Okay.
He's undefeated, he has this unshakable confidence, and he's attracting a huge following.
Yeah.
Could he be here to demonstrate the very principles that we're discussing? To show people the power of belief, the importance of service, even the potential for higher beings to walk among us?
Okay, I'm fully on board with this theory.
Yeah.
But how do we know if someone is a wanderer? Is there like some cosmic checklist that we can consult?
I wish there was, but unfortunately there's no foolproof method.
Okay.
But the law of one suggests that wanderers often experience a sense of not belonging, a feeling of being different even from a young age.
Okay.
They might have very vivid dreams, unusual abilities, or a really deep longing for something more.
So it's more about recognizing certain traits and patterns.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes you wonder who else out there might be a wanderer living a seemingly ordinary life.
That's the beauty of it. It encourages us to question our assumptions, to look for the extraordinary in the ordinary.
Yeah.
It also highlights that each of us possesses unique gifts and purposes, whether we're a wanderer or not.
Okay, let's bring it back to Topuria. We've explored these fascinating connections between his mindset and the law of one. But what does it all mean for his future in the UFC?
Well, if he's truly embodying these principles of manifestation and service,
Right.
his career trajectory could unfold in some really unexpected ways.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, so imagine this. He continues his winning streak,
Okay.
becomes a dominant champion,
Yeah.
but then instead of just basking in the glory,
Right.
he uses his platform to advocate for something meaningful. Maybe he starts a foundation, promotes peace and understanding, or uses his influence to inspire a whole new generation of fighters.
I can picture it now. He wins a fight, and instead of the usual post-fight trash talk, he's dropping wisdom bombs from the law of one, talking about interconnectedness and service to others.
Now you're getting, it wouldn't just be about winning belts. It would be about using his platform to raise consciousness, to show people a different way of being in the world.
I like that, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. What if it all goes sideways?
Okay.
What if he loses his confidence?
Yeah.
Cracks. This whole manifestation thing backfires.
That's always a possibility. The path of a fighter, like life itself, is unpredictable.
Right.
But even in defeat, the internal transformation, the growth he's experienced that remains.
So win or lose, the journey itself is what truly matters.
Exactly. And that's a valuable lesson for all of us. It's not just about achieving these external goals, but about the internal evolution that we undergo along the way.
This has been a mind-bending deep dive, and I have to admit I'm feeling a little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But in a good way, like all these possibilities are swirling around in my head.
I know it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
That's the nature of exploration. It often leads to more questions than answers, but it sparks that curiosity, a thirst for a deeper understanding. And that's exactly what we're hoping to inspire with this deep dive.
And that brings us to our final thoughts for you on this deep dive into Ilia Topuria and Law of One.
Yeah, it's not about handing you a set of beliefs, but about sparking a curiosity and encouraging you to explore these concepts for yourself.
I think that's what I find so compelling about the Law of One. It's not a rule book. It's a framework for understanding like a new lens to view ourselves and the world through.
And it empowers us to be active participants in our own evolution.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we have choices in how we respond to challenges, how we interact with others, and how we contribute to the collective consciousness.
So what does all of this mean for you listening right now? If we zoom out to the bigger picture, we're not just talking about one fascinating fighter and his mindset. We're talking about principles that each of us can tap into.
Imagine approaching your own goals, your own obstacles, with that same unwavering belief that Topuria seems to embody.
Right.
What if you viewed every interaction, every experience as an opportunity for service to others, even in the smallest ways?
I love that it's like a call to action. Don't just observe Topuria's journey, engage in your own. Explore the Law of One experiment with these concepts.
Yeah.
See how they might resonate in your life.
And remember, the journey itself is as crucial as the destination. There will be setbacks, doubts, times when you question everything.
Oh, yeah.
The key is to keep moving forward, keep seeking, keep that spark of curiosity alive.
To wrap things up, I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question. Something to ponder that kind of builds on what we've discussed.
Okay, hit me.
We've talked about Topuria as a potential wanderer, but what if he isn't alone?
Hmm.
What if his presence, his success, is actually drawing other wanderers to this reality?
That's a really intriguing idea. It suggests a kind of cosmic magnetism, a drawing together of souls aligned with a common purpose. Who knows? Maybe some of you listening are feeling that pull yourselves. Maybe you're a part of this unfolding story.
And on that note of cosmic mystery and endless possibility, we'll leave you to your own explorations. Keep questioning, keep diving deep until next time.